Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be working on my 1983 Chevrolet Square Body. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be pulling this engine and we're going to be taking this pump off first. Just go ahead and get the easy stuff out of the way. Then we're going to pull the header bolts off from the back side to get the exhaust unattached from the headers, because we're not taking these headers off because I don't want to risk breaking a bolt. Alright, so then we're going to move on to the transmission. We're going to take the torque converter off and we're going to slide all that out of place. And then once we get done with that, we're going to bring the engine hoist over, have it all ready, and then we're going to pull the bolts out of the engine mounts, and then we're going to work on trying to pull the engine out. So we're going to be pulling this 7/16 bolt out of this pump, and we're going to start by, there's 2 bolts, and so we're going to start by taking it out now. This one was already loose. And this just allows us to get to that bolt for the motor mounts. That's a thick thread. Alright guys, so this is what the bolt looks like. This is what the bolt looks like. Don't lose these, because you might want to reuse these at some point. Alright, now we're going to finesse our way back here. And this pump has a hard fitted steel line that runs up into the carburetor, and all that does is, I'm pretty sure that's just a fuel return for the carburetor, like I said. Alright. I'm glad this wasn't a running engine when we pulled it apart. It's kind of hard to get your fingers back in there. Alright, I'm trying to get it out with my fingers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's raining. I got a tent we can use. Alright, here we go. We're pulling the bolt out. Now this one goes right here with your other one. Alright, so now the pump's pretty stuck on there with gunk and grime. So now I'm going to get my persuader and get it off, or try to get it off. There we go. We got that broke loose. Yeah, we moved this pump right here. Try not to bend your lines, because sometimes it's hard to find a line for that. This is the nut that holds your bolt to your motor mount on. Next step is removing these bolts from the back of the headers. We're going to leave the headers on when we pull the engine. So this is just going to make it a little more difficult for us, because these bolts have been on here for a while. But we're willing to do it and try to get this done. So I'm going to hold this there and try to get this to come out. Okay, so we're we're having a little issue here. These bolts will not break. So, well, not so. Quit saying so, Lane. I'm gonna try to find something a little different to break these bolts with. I'm hoping. Gotta try to figure this out here. Give me just a second.
Give me something to edit.
Yep.
Oh, look at the little baby all filthy.
Yeah, these bolts, after some years, they get stuck on there, so I'm just trying to get everything where it needs to be.
Do you want me to hold the other side?
I'm using the frame. They're not coming off. He says he knows more than me, but you know, kids these days. Alright. Just breaking it loose. One bolt at a time. And this would be a lot easier if my buddy had some tools here. Because he has all those fancy dancy power tools. But you know, it is what it is.
That sound good.
Okay, so I've never seen a wrench fly that fast. Alright, change the plans. Alright, turns out no matter how much we tried, the back of the headers right there, we could not get those 3 bolts off. And we've used this jack handle on this wrench and we cannot get it to come off, so we're going to try getting them off right here from the engine, and that seems to already be working better. So we had a little issue with these headers, so we had to cut the video, and I'm just going to show y'all the end result of taking these headers off. As you can see, we got them pretty much off. Our next step, we're going to make a part 2, and we're going to pull this engine out. We're going to show you how to take all the brackets off, transmission. We're going to show you how to do all that, and we're just going to show you how to pull it out, and there you go. Thank you for watching.